Welcome to Glasgow, Kentucky. With its courthouse and Civil War memorial, its rolling countryside dotted with tobacco barns, Glasgow is Norman Rockwell territory. But this ain't no ordinary small town. This is Broadbandville, USA. Computers here surf the web faster than you've ever seen. No clunky dial-up and pokey 56K internet access here. In Glasgow, the internet is accessed at 2 megabits. That's 40 times faster than your ordinary phone line connection.
The computers in people's homes and businesses in Glasgow have become information appliances. They're on all the time. They utilize their computers and their internet access different than people do in other parts of the country.
Broadband has changed the way people here live and work. Glasgow's 14,000 residents send about 60,000 emails a day. And Glasgow businesses are reaping bigger profits thanks to broadband. Father and son trucking company owners Tommy and John Walbert use the fast internet connection to place orders, connect with customers, and track shipments coast to coast.
What they've given us here is much faster compared to what I've seen in other places. And so that's what I like about it. And we have talked about satellite companies in Atlanta and Memphis and Chicago, but with the capabilities we have here, everything would be run here centrally through this office.
Glasgow high school students design houses on the web and download satellite imagery to develop precision maps of the town.
I couldn't even imagine not having it. I mean, it would be like going back to the Stone Age, really.
When 10th grader Melody Edwards researches her social studies homework, data files download in seconds. And with every teenager in town chatting on the web, homework isn't nearly as boring as it used to be.
You know, your parents don't get on to you because you're using so many hours up every month. Instead, it's just like one monthly thing and you can just be on as long as you want. Most kids in Glasgow leave their computers on and the internet on and talk whenever they want to.
So how come Glasgow, Kentucky has got all the broadband it wants while the rest of the country has to wait? The answer is people here weren't willing to sit around until one of the big telecommunications companies got ready to wire them up. They just decided to do it themselves. Billy Ray calls himself the chief preacher in Glasgow's broadband revival.
We have achieved a level of utilization of the information pipe that I only see talked about in crystal ball type projections.
He's the supervisor of Glasgow's municipally owned electricity board. 10 years ago, people in town got fed up with poor service from their cable TV company. So many complained that the electricity board set up its own cable TV service, offering it to customers at cost. Then Billy Ray started thinking about running the internet over those high-capacity coaxial cables.
You've got trucks and personnel. We had most of everything we needed already. Adding a broadband network to that was not that far of a reach.
Because the electricity board is a non-profit utility, the cost of connecting to Glasgow's broadband network is about $22 a month.
Your station, the greatest hits 105.
That's bringing new business and new jobs. Commonwealth Broadcasting, a regional radio company, uses Glasgow's broadband local area network to transmit all of its music programming and commercials to 30 statewide local stations.
Because of the affordability of the bandwidth here, we're able to move information in. A lot of information can go out, a lot of information can come back in at a very rapid speed at a cost that is extremely effective for us.
Billy Ray says if Glasgow can have broadband, so can your town.
It just takes a little political will and something beyond saying, I wish we could have that. You go up to City Hall and demand it.
For most of us, broadband access is years in the future. But in Glasgow, the future is now.
We're ready for the rest of the world to catch up.
Rob Reynolds for the Wall Street Journal Report, Glasgow, Kentucky.